Good evening, everyone. I am Bill, and you are watching Late Night on Weird Fantastic Toy Adventures. Welcome to everyone. Let me run through the chat real quick and try to catch this up real quick, and then we'll bring our co host on tonight. So, Studio came in early tonight at 8 o'clock, and she said, be there or be square. And then Manic Plastic Toy Shop, my buddy Mike showed up and said, yo, hey guys. Everything's plastic wanted to know where's the clickbait in the boobies. Now, look, man, uh, if you've been watching along, you know that I got busted on that one, and I'm being watched pretty closely, and I'm forbidden to do that anymore. Yeah, the hammer came down. And you don't have to work tonight, so you can actually catch the stream live. That's cool, man. That is so fucking cool. I appreciate it, man. Good deal. Shaitan's Hammer's here. Good to see you. Shaitan's Hammer. I'm the only one on the whole of the YouTubes that pronounces that correctly. I Like Salt is here. Boobies. Looking forward to an amazing toy adventure tonight. Well, I don't know if we're going to be doing toys too much tonight. We're going to be doing shenanigans tonight. That's what we do on late night. Time for some weird. Absolutely, Johnny. And Johnny has joined the team. He's going to be working on something special with me. We're going to get late night back to doing some spotlights, I hope. But stay tuned. It's going to take a while to get that going, but I appreciate you, Johnny. Welcome to the team, brother. Shaitan's Hammer says, I watched some of Bill's Motu comic story adaptations this afternoon. They're just really good and need a power of Point Dread. Yeah, I've thought about adapting Power of Point Dread with the figures, but that's kind of tough. I've got an adaptation of a coloring book story that I've been working on for over a year. It's sad. I need to do it, finish it up. Hello, Susudio. I see you. Figuratively Speaking is here. Hey, figuratively speaking. Sir Clifden is saying hello to everyone as well. He will be here shortly with me. Ocean Breathe Salty is here. Denise, it's good to see you, dear. You're hearing an echo. Are you hearing an echo? Let me know. Let me know if you're hearing an echo. I hope not. I'll check into that in just a second. Gap After Dark is here. Hey, weird. And looks like I've got everybody caught up now. All right. So I want to bring in my co-host. So here we go. Welcome, Sir Clifton. It's good to see you tonight, sir.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Glad to be back.
Glad to have you back. Joneser is not going to be with us tonight. Joneser has something personal that he's got to attend. And like I was telling Sir Clifton, better him than me. Weddings are not something that I tend to care about going to. And well, I think the betting pool has started. Will Joneser have to shave his beard?
Right.
I know he's going to have to comb his nappy hair. What little of it's
Oh,
left.
Yeah. Man, he probably had to wear a nice suit.
Oh.
Kodak moments.
Sir, I Like Salt said I had two of you open at once. The reason for the echo. So it wasn't me. It was you. I know what that's like. I have paragraphs to complete my book, but keep getting sidetracked. Yeah, and one of the ways that I get sidetracked is I come home from work, and all day at work, I think about what I need to do when I get home. And when I get home, I go and I take off my nasty work clothes. I go and take my nasty body into the shower and clean it up. And then I say, I'm going to sit in this chair for just a minute and catch my breath while YouTube's playing until my wife comes home. So nothing gets done. and
Yep.
I'm going to have to do something about that, whatever it's going to be. And another thing I want I'm going to start telling you this every weekend so that you get prepared for it. June the 17th, my daughter is going to get married finally.
Woo, congrats.
Yeah. That weekend, I won't be doing any live streams because I've got to take a 12-hour trip up to West Virginia where she's decided to have the ceremony. So it's up there, go to bed, get up, go to the ceremony, go back to bed for a few hours, get back up in the middle of the night and trek back here.
Man.
And get
That's
back.
a hike.
Yeah, I've been up there a couple of times to the place where she's going to. It's Petersburg, West Virginia. It's way up there. It's a long ways from me. It's almost, it's a hop, skip, and a jump over to Maryland. And it's a terrible trip. Shaitan's Hammer said he is now obsessed with Instagram. I don't know if you guys know this. Sir Clifden has probably come to that conclusion as well. At least in the toy community, Instagram is the place to be, and it's the place to be able to communicate with one another. The DMs on Instagram are what are I guess better than Facebook and better than anything else, even though it's all owned by Facebook. So
yeah.
But
no,
yeah,
I agree.
That's where we are. And Nolan says hello to all of us. Hey, Nolan, it's good to see you.
Good seeing you, Nolan.
Thank you.
And everything's plastic. Hello there.
And yes, thank you, Mike. I'm very, very proud of my daughter, and I'm very proud of my future son-in-law. And in spite of what he may think, I really do like him.
That's where it starts, right there, man.
Yeah, I've given him hell ever since I met him. But that was all a test, and it don't end. And when I told you that if you ever were to hurt my daughter, that I would bring that hurt back upon you tenfold, it still holds. Nice. Congrats, dad-in-law to be and daughter. Yes. Kids are a pain in the ass. They need to leave and then always try to come back. Well, I dealt with that myself. My daughter left me at an early age. She decided after she graduated from high school, I got her into college, and she went for about a year and a half, and then she quit. And then she told me that she was moving to West Virginia and that there wasn't anything I could do about it, and that if I didn't help her get up there, that she would get up there by herself. And I seethed on that for a day and a half until a friend of mine woke my ass up and said, if you don't take her up there, you may lose her forever. So I took her up there and I saw what she was getting into, but I couldn't tell her shit. You can't tell them anything when they're that age. You got to let them learn for themselves. And she got all that from me. I had to learn everything I knew the hard fucking way because of my fucking hard ass head. So,
yeah, I can say I was a knucklehead too, to say the least.
It's part of growing up. And it's part of growing up. But anyway, yeah, they came back. And I remember when she called me on the phone, she said, Dad, I really want to come back home and maybe get back into college. And I'm like, well, that sounds really good if you're serious. I said, you can always stay here. And if you go back to college, you can stay here for free. If you don't, you got to get you a job. It's not, you can't ever come home like it used to be, Well, my future son-in-law came with her. And as soon as we got here and started bringing things into the house, I took him on the tour, and I said, okay, I went to the living room and I pointed at the couch and I said, this is your room. As I, waved my hand over the couch. I said, this is where you live. And I took him over to my daughter's room and I said, and that's where Sarah lives. She lives in there. You don't go in there unless you're being supervised by somebody. Things can change, if you go to the courthouse, and then get it right, maybe things can change. Well, they got jobs, night jobs, so they were going to work when people were at home, and they were at home when people were at work. And I came home from work one day, and he's in there. I didn't say anything. I went to my brother Anthony, and I said, Anthony, what do I do? And he gave me a clue. So I took his advice and stopped at Walgreens on the way home. And when I got home, sure enough, he was in there. And they were both laying on the bed. Now, they were clothed, and they weren't under the covers or anything like that, but they were spooning. And I went in there, and I said, okay, here's your card. It sure would have been nice if y'all had let Mom and Daddy know so we could have at least attended the ceremony. And I didn't have my face was blank. I just turned around and walked back out of the room. Did what I normally do. Of course, they were sitting there with their eyes like big old saucers, They moved out shortly thereafter and got their own place where they could do whatever they wanted to without bothering me. And now they're getting married, and I'm happy. I groused about them for the longest time until a good friend of mine, Mr. Mayfield, rest in peace, Mayfield. I love you, brother. Mr. Mayfield, a reverend and also a co-worker of mine, sat me down and he said, Bill, are they on drugs? And I said, no. He said, are they alcoholics? And I said, no. He said, do they have jobs? And I said, yes. He said, you're ahead of the game, brother.
Yep.
So, I took that to heart. You got to give them a hard time as part of being dad. Absolutely. It's a dad's job to be hard on son-in-law. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. That's absolutely true. Can't gain wisdom without some time and experience. Well, it's that old yin yang thing. You can't have light without darkness. Because how do you know what the light is without knowing what the darkness is? That's my philosophical moment for tonight, folks. Don't worry, I won't do that often.
Om
Mani Padme Om. Damn tootin', says Ocean Breeze Salty. All right. Now that we've done that, have you got anything that you'd like to talk to everyone about right quick there, Sir Clifton?
Gonna have a live show tomorrow at 6 p.m. Central Time. So those that aren't Central Time, get that coordinated with your time. Got a great show geared up tomorrow. Emerald Night Photos will be a co-host guest, and we're going to go over the 89 Batman.
Okay.
So everybody that, if you haven't checked it out, I have a preview video with all the stuff turning in the box on my little turntable. Gonna start using my turntable now, so get a few little shorts out there for you guys kind of check out. I got some stuff coming for the channel that will be pretty good, I think. And I'd love everybody to come there, check it out, hit the subscribe, hit the like, just like for everybody else here, and have some fun, man.
Sounds good, and I can't wait. Epic Badger has joined me tonight. Jesse, I'm glad to have you, man. Good to see you, sir. And Ocean Breeze Salty wants to know where your funky glasses are. I think she's talking about the ellipses.
Yeah.
We have determined that wearing them for long periods of time tend to mess with Clifton's head just a little bit. So, yeah,
it's hot.
Yeah. They're made for a purpose, but they're not made for sitting around the house and doing live streams. So, he wears them when necessary, but like all
Because God asked.
superheroes, he has to take them off occasionally. There we go. Now
There
he
you
looks
go.
like the thumbnail. Now he looks like the thumbnail. Yeah, here's the thumbnail for tonight, folks. There's me and Sir Clifden, and there's Downtown Bruno, who we're going to meet here shortly. And we've got an unsolved mystery going on tonight, and we have the fun of being thoughtful. So those are the things that we're going to go over tonight. And before we get that started, let's see, what is the name of Sir Clifton's YouTube channel?
Eternian Ellipse.
Eternian Ellipse. And when you put in at least when I put in Eternian Ellipse into my search button in YouTube, it takes me to his channel, a link to his channel, because there's not many Eternian Ellipses out there. And Johnny Sorensen is here. He says, time to get epic, with a blue face smiling. Okay, and that is cool. All right. Now, before we get the show started, of course, we got to take a quick commercial break so we can catch our breath real quick. So here is our first commercial break.
Girls, I bought a lot of underwear for my boys, and every year I pick Fruit of the Loom.
Surprise, Emma!
Hiya, cuties. I save every time I buy Fruit of the Loom briefs. Big value for your money.
Right on, only $1.
The Superband waistband, that's real quality.
That a girl, Emma.
For my boys and my money, Fruit makes the best pickings. Boys' cotton briefs, only $1. A great buy in briefs.
You've taught your children to be polite and friendly, but have you taught them when not to be?
Hi there. Do you live around here?
Uh-huh.
You going to school?
Yes.
Well, I could give you a ride.
Last year, 50,000 children disappeared, many of them from nice, safe neighborhoods.
It's okay. Come on, help me.
Talk to your children about not talking to strangers, and do it today. A message for your child's safety from the American Medical Association.
I've discovered a camera, the Vivitar. It's a pocket camera with a great idea. The electronic flash is built in, see? Now my flash pictures don't have to be blurry or fuzzy because somebody moved. There's a sharp Vivitar picture for you. And here's the Vivitar. It's small, inexpensive, so easy. Nothing to attach. The flash is built in. If you want sharp pictures, this has got to be your camera. The Vivitar.
B5O.
Come on, you guys. It's only a little. A hungry giant.
Hungry for a big honey taste.
Big taste, honeycomb, big taste.
Honeycomb big. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's not small.
No, no, no. Honeycomb's got a big honey taste. Big, big crust for a big, big bite. Honeycomb cereal. Part of this big, complete breakfast. Honeycomb's a big, big bite. Yeah!
There used to be more of us in the International Ladies Garment Workers Union, but a lot of our jobs have disappeared. A lot of the clothes Americans are buying for women and kids are imports. They're being made in foreign places. When the work's done here, we can support our families and pay our taxes and buy the things other Americans make. That's what it means when the label says union.
Look for the union label when you are buying one coat, dress, or blouse. Remember, somewhere our union sewing, our wages going to feed the kids and run the house. We work hard, but who's complaining? Thanks to the ILG, we're paying our way. So always look for the union label. It says we're able to make it
WMC-TV Channel 5, Memphis.
And we're back, and somebody just gave me a tip. Susudio donated $1. Thank you. Just a little something. Well, the little somethings are always good to have. Thank you, Susudio. I appreciate that. Appreciate that. And Duchess of Darkness comes in and says, hello, boys. All right. And Ocean Breeze Salty is just happy as she can be. Johnny Sorensen says, I need some ladies' garments for a weekend rendezvous. Yeah, sure you do. All right. And Ocean Breeze Salty says, loved it, Bill. All right, good. I've got another commercial break to do later on tonight, but that was the last thing I was working on, Cliffy, when you first showed up to the green room. I was over here cutting these commercial breaks together and uploading them. So that was what was going on. And
man, I miss Andre.
Yeah, I miss Andre the Giant too, man. He was so cool.
He was.
And when he would come to town, man, that was something special. And yeah, Andre came to Memphis. They all came to Memphis. There was a fellow by the name of Terry Boulder who came to Memphis. Jerry Lawler beat his ass. You know who Terry Boulder was?
I heard of the name, but I don't know him. But I have heard of the name.
Yeah, you do know him. His name is Hulk Hogan.
There you go.
They all came to Memphis. Mean Mark Callis came to Memphis. You know who Mean Mark Callis is?
Yep.
Yeah, that would be the Undertaker. So yeah, they all came to Memphis. And did you know where the evil Vince McMahon character first appeared? Long before he became the evil Vince McMahon character on the WWF itself, he came in to the USWA and played his evil character coming in to destroy Jerry Lawler's little territory.
Wow. That's interesting.
Yeah, and he got his start there. At the time, they were using that as a development territory. There were only a few left. There was Florida, there was Memphis, and then there was Ohio, I believe. And Ohio OVA, or I believe it's what it's called, Ohio Valley Wrestling Association. That was Jimmy Cornette was doing that. And he had a deal with WWF to be a developmental territory. They turned the Florida territory into NXT. They destroyed the USWA and the Ohio wrestling that Jimmy Cornette was doing. They destroyed those and basically destroyed Florida and turned it into NXT. So that was the last gasp of the territory days. Now tonight, I guess I'll begin either with our unsolved mystery or with Bruno. What do you want to do, Sir Clifton?
Let's go with the unsolved mystery.
All right. So, to catch you guys up, at the height of the coof, many toy channels came. And some of them thrived and some of them didn't. This one would have thrived. This one was gangbusters when it hit the ground running. It quickly got over 1,000 subscribers. It quickly gained the views that it needed. Only thing left is a dead YouTube channel and a dead Instagram. And we've heard nothing from these people since. It's an unsolved mystery. If you know them, if you know anything about them, let me know. If there's any way that I can contact them and have them come on the show, let me know. Here we go, folks. Here's our unsolved mystery of the night.
Shut up and sit down.
On April 26, 2021, at the height of lockdowns and Coof Mania, a brand new toy channel burst onto the scene on YouTube. Collector's Crush. A young couple, Miranda and Tony, scoured the Walmarts and Targets all around Miami, Florida, searching for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Masters of the Universe Origins toys. They would sometimes do unboxings, Q&A sessions, and even live streams.
We've had so many questions like this.
Every day.
I actually lost my eye, or my sight I should say, in 2017 after a very, very bad surgery. I was born with congenital cataracts and I've had over 11 surgeries in that eye, and this was the final straw. I went blind during that surgery, and that's end of story.
Miranda was a striking and exotic figure, featuring a mysterious eye patch. She was most prominently shown in the thumbnails and on the videos. Tony, while occasionally seen, mostly served as a cameraman and off-screen commentator. Rapidly gaining followers at a breakneck speed, they ultimately climbed to 12,500 subscribers, with videos getting upwards of tens of thousands of views each before they just as suddenly disappeared. It was only 4 months later when their last video was posted on YouTube in August of 2021. What happened to them? Why did they stop posting and let their channel just die? There were a lot of theories. Some of them are absurd, like they were Russian spies. However, some of them are probably plausible. Perhaps they just couldn't afford toy hunting and YouTubing. Maybe they split up. No one knows, and nothing has been seen or heard from them since. The Reluctant Adult Podcast did a couple of clickbaity podcast titles, teasing that they knew what happened to them, which wasn't true.
Hey, you remember Collector's Crush on YouTube?
Barely. It seemed to be...
It's been months.
I seem to check in every 2 weeks, and there's neither any subscription growth or any new content, so... What happened?
Okay, I like to go to their last video and look at the comments, search by new. So I'll just read. For 3 hours ago, someone wrote "Good riddance." That was Jan Jackson 1 day ago, and they edited this, but it says there are 20 scenarios to why they are MIA. So this is sort of what we went through. But this person has 20. You ready for this?
I'm ready.
Here's the number one. They were playing with toys too much and failed their exam and must redo them. That's not too funny. Number two, they've broken up and they're in court to see who gets custody of their action figures. Oh, yeah, this is a regular David Letterman on our hands. 3, they've gone broke from buying too many toys. Now they're on the street begging for money.
Yes.
4, they got robbed and they have nothing new to review. Okay. 5, they had a house fire, no insurance. Oh, this got dark.
You had an apartment, but okay.
6, they got into a car accident when they were hunting.
Ooh.
I guess they're presumed dead. I don't know. 7, Target and Walmart banned them because, said in parentheses, that's how we wrote it, because they tried to steal toys. Now they're in jail. I could see them getting banned, but I don't think they were stealing toys. They were hiding them under the kick plates.
I'm going to throw something in there. Maybe the murderer hid the bodies under the kick plates.
Oh.
And that was
That's
the guy.
Final shot
that was
of
the
the documentary.
guy. That was the guy following her around in that episode.
Rocco the Great has claimed that Miranda is now with him. That was just a clickbait lie. Do you know what became of Miranda and Tony? If so, we would love to hear from you. Nobody knows what happened to them. There's been a lot of speculation, but nobody has ever said, and they're not talking. I sent them a DM on Instagram to their dead Instagram channel, and I've not received anything back from them. Like I said, a couple of other channels have used them for clickbait in the past. You can accuse me of the same thing, but I'm not pretending my girlfriend is freaking Miranda by painting an eye patch on her eye in my thumbnail like Rocco's doing over there. The Reluctant Adult Podcast will put in their description or in their title something about Collector's Crush in order to try to get clicks. And then when you go over there, they're over there bullshitting about it, like you saw on Unsolved Mysteries just now. So I don't have a clue what happened to them. My best guess theory is that they were both college students. They had a lot of time on their hands because they weren't able to go to class. They weren't able to go to work. And they were spending their time toy hunting and doing YouTubing. And when reality hit and everybody had to go back to work and back to class, and all the COOF money ran out that the government was sending people, and all the extra unemployment benefits ran out, they had to go back to work, and they just didn't have time to do YouTube anymore. And she was his girlfriend. She wasn't a toy collector until she got collecting toys with him. So she may have went her own way, and that channel was dependent upon her. Nobody was watching it for him. Nobody was watching it for him. They were watching it for her. I mean, she was, like I said, she's a very striking young lady. She's very beautiful. And she was showing her boobies. She weren't showing them naked. You know, they were covered up. I mean,
I'm going to say that probably something happened and split, and then just so happened that's the end of the channel too, you know, because oh dude, he can't top that now, you know.
No, he definitely can't. I mean, I have my ways. I have my ways, sir. By the way, I do need to ask for I like salt. I did respond to your email that you sent me. Did you get the response back? If you did not, I need to resend that. Let me know in the chat, sir. So I'll know that you got that email, that response back. Yes, and let's see. One boob went left and the other went right. All right, now behave. All right, so I'm not watching anymore. If you guys show your moves, don't worry, we're not showing ours. You have no fear on that one.
Oh man,
no fear. We're going to behave. So, Sir Clifton, you had never seen them before tonight, had you?
No, not until you give me a little homework assignment, and you know, there you go.
Did you find them entertaining?
I did.
Was it anything groundbreaking or new that they were doing over there?
Wow.
No. But they were entertaining.
They were entertaining.
He'll just make an AI of her. Have any of you guys seen the AI commercials that people are putting on YouTube? Have you seen any of this shit, Sir Clifton?
I seen one.
They're disturbing.
They're very disturbing.
And they all end with the civilization in ruins. This is telling us something, okay? This is telling us something. We're all don't let this get to the point where we have Skynet, please.
It's pretty
Saturday night, Susudio. It's the one night of the week that we get to act a fool. Now, please let us.
Speaking of AI, me and my wife, we watched, and it was for free. I didn't have to buy it. It was streamable on I want to say maybe Amazon or Peacock. But it's that AI doll that's almost kind of reminiscent of Chucky, but it's the AI doll called Megan. That deadgum movie right there, that is scary, dude. That damn doll just, whew.
Okay.
It's scary.
I never watched Annabelle. And I never really knew what Annabelle was, but recently I found out that that's based on a so-called true story that's not
That's
really
what they say.
true, because those the two people involved in that were the same two people that were involved in all that crap, the Amityville horror and all that crap. It turned out to be a little overblown from what it really was. But the real Annabelle doll was a Raggedy Ann doll, and it's supposedly locked in a glass case with a sign
Hmm.
that says, "Don't ever remove this doll from this case." And I don't
Yeah.
know.
I don't know either, but they say it's true. I don't know.
And I think I missed him when he came in, but I want to shout him out. Screw Your Feelings is here tonight. Good to have you, sir. Gojitron just showed up. Gojitron says, once Skynet takes over, we won't have to worry about Walmart exclusives anymore. The glass is half full. Yay! Thank you, Gojitron. We appreciate you coming in to let us know that things are going to be all right. I haven't heard one thing about them putting Asimov's 3 laws. We're doomed to Skynet unless those laws aren't in there. Dun, dun, dun. The thing is, if you remember reading Asimov's stories closely, no matter what they did with the 3 laws, the robots always found a way to break the damn things. Hence, you had Elijah Bailey having to team up with R. Danielle Olival to figure out why these damn robots were killing people, even though they were following the 3 laws. And there was a 4th law in there as well that was unwritten. So, yeah, OBS it brings up Asimov's 3 laws. Do you know what those are, Sir Clifton? Have you heard of those?
No, I have not.
Yeah, that's your homework, man. You need to know what the 3 laws of robotics are. No robot shall ever harm a human being is the number 1 law.
And by the way, there is a Skynet.
Do tell.
And it's worth right now $30 million is the net worth.
Hmm. Okay, I'll buy
I
it.
just Googled that because I had remembered something that there was a real Skynet, and I Googled it, and it pulled up what its net worth is as of 2023, and it said $30 million.
I'll have to look
So
into
there you
that,
go.
but yeah, that's kind of scary.
But I don't think it's what the Skynet we're talking about.
Okay.
It's not Terminator type. It's some other.
Okay, that brings up a good question though. Why would you name your product something like that?
I don't know.
What are you trying to gain by doing that? What are you losing by doing that? Shaitan's Hammer brings up a good point. Entertainment is a huge factor in all of this, talking about YouTube channels. I've often been known to watch toy videos, even if I'm not interested in the toy itself, but the reviewer has a good style or method. Yeah, that's true. That brings me to a good friend of mine, Largo, over at Largo's Lair. I'm not going to ever collect Action Force figures. I know a lot of people who do, but that doesn't mean I can't be interested in watching them talk about the lore of Action Force, because that's fun and that's entertaining. Doll possessions are no joke. There's an actual Annabelle doll that's possessed. Yeah, we were talking about that. You need to look into the couple who have the Annabelle doll. They're the ones that are behind all this, and the man is a P word. Yes, you need to look into that couple. They're some strangies. Yep. Movies on that stuff is stupid, but the real stories are pretty freaky. They can be. Nostradamus was right that we're all doomed to a nuclear war. Yeah, but there was usually someone messing with them. Okay. Life will find a way, even for robots or AI. So far, no AI can think, except the one that Google made. That one can. It's more
Siri
Joker
can.
ferret than Skynet, so I'll refrain from ducking and covering. Okay. If you've read the stuff that the Google AI was saying to its handlers, that's kind of scary. Did you see that, Sir Clifton?
I've seen a little bit of that one, and I've also seen a lot on the Alexa deal. Alexa's pretty damn scary too.
Yeah, yeah. I wonder about Siri. Have you anybody else got an iPhone? Do you have an iPhone, Clifton?
I do, and I have that cut off.
I have had Siri pop up without being asked.
Yeah, for real. In fact, me and my family, we've talked about this. My parents, sometimes, and it happened over at my parents' house. I literally had my phone sitting right on my lap, and my damn phone vibrated because I have the ringer off. It just vibrates, and I picked it up, and it was just like that right there. Except here it shows that I had the YouTube thing on for the chat,
Right.
but it was just straight blank. There was no notification, nothing. But that phone vibrated.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's in your terms of service. You've got to read the little bitty fine print that we all sit there and say yes to and check the checkbox to and never read. They claim that they're only doing that for research purposes, but they do turn the thing on and listen to what you're saying. I don't know if a human's listening to it or whether it's just being recorded or whatever, but they do. And it's one of the reasons why, if you're talking about something, you don't have to even be researching it on the internet. You can be talking to your wife about, I don't know, gardening equipment. And the next time you open your web browser, the ads that you're receiving are for gardening equipment.
Yep.
That, to me, that's fucked up. I know the kids nowadays think it's neat. I don't think that's neat at all. I think it's fucked smooth up. And my wife has a Walgreens card. And every time she purchases something, she gives them her Walgreens card and she earns Walgreens points. And after you earn so many points, you can get so much off and you can get all this discount. And then she said, why don't you have a Walgreens card? And I said, because they're tracking every fucking purchase you make with that goddamn Walgreens card.
Well, that's something about that Alexa deal. They say, Amazon says no, it doesn't keep track of conversations, but it actually does, and it's been proven. And that right there is even scary because that's like breaking into your privacy, you know. I mean, you've got no privacy at all. And them Ring cameras, I took mine off because they're doing things with that too. And you know, it's scary.
Well, here's the thing. There's folks that have their whole house automated with this bullshit. And some people don't even have keys to their house anymore. They let that thing open and close their house. What happens when the house won't open for you?
Right.
You're fucked.
Yeah.
Jeremy J is a new person that I've never seen before. Welcome to the show. I hope you enjoy yourself and I hope you stay long. And maybe I can earn your subscription tonight. And be sure and hit the like button and hit the notification bell and all that good stuff because we're just having a good old time tonight. I Like Salt says we are on computers and phones. Uncle Sam is our local Skynet. Yeah. Well, we found that out when we found out that Twitter and Facebook and all the rest of the social medias are filled up with CIA agents and NSA agents and FBI agents and all kinds of alphabet government agents. Is there such thing as a former CIA agent, Clifton?
You know,
you don't get out of that.
I'm not. No. You're in it. You're in it.
Mm-hmm. And if you want to really find out something fucked up about the CIA, look up MK Ultra. That's a long and deep rabbit hole. Dolls ain't nothing compared to Dubik boxes. Jeremy J said, we talking paranormal? I've got some weird stories. Share away, brother. Share away. I'd collect a G.I. Joe, but no room in Hasbro again, like Transformers has made them too costly. Look, that brings up a good point. I am a toy channel. Let's touch on that for a minute. What about the soaring sky high prices that toys are coming to nowadays? Is it because of the plastic? Is it because everything else is going up? Why is a toy this big? I'm looking at you, Kenner, or whatever the hell, Hasbro, making Star Wars figures, 3 3/4 inch figures costing $25 fucking dollars.
That's crazy.
A 3 3/4 inch figure should cost more than $10. Toddy Mac's doing them Superpowers figures for $9.99 right now, and that's another one. That Batwing right there was not supposed to cost as much as the Supermobile.
$30, and if you push that bat symbol, the canopy is going to break.
It's going to break if it ain't already broke.
Yeah, and it's probably already broke, but that's why I'll never open it.
They turn themselves on and start recording, talking about your damn phones. Yes, they do that. They do that. And it's a known fact. It's a proven fact. And you can prove it for yourself if you watch your phone. They do it.
Yeah.
Hackers are already using AI tools for more tricky scams. So that's here and now. Look, I already got scammed with them sons of bitches. If you haven't watched that video, go back and down through the thing and watch it where I got scammed. Part of that was my own damn fault. But yeah. Heading to bed. Have a good stream, guys. All right, you take care, man.
Good night, brother.
If you're here, maybe you can watch some of the restream. We got some more going on tonight, folks. It's a long show. I mean, when we get to Bruno, that's going to take a little while, and then of course we need to find out the fun of being thoughtful. There are dozens of videos on YouTube about things that Siri and Amazon products have been doing, bizarre things that they have said and done and refused to do. Yes,
there's one where the couple go to bed. They get back from being, I think, at one of the other's parents' house, get back home, get in there, go to bed, lay down, and in the middle of the night, their damn Alexa screams bloody murder. That's when I would take the dang thing and throw it out the window. I
don't have an Alexa in my home.
That is scary right there. There's another one where once just started, the guy and the wife walked in the room, turned the lights off, and they were having a conversation, and the blue light beamed. Nobody said anything to it, and it started naming cemeteries and funeral homes.
That
is scary shit right there. Half
the time you have to wonder if it's one of the programmers over there at Amazon fucking with somebody because they think that shit's funny. That shit ain't funny, okay?
No, I don't.
And then Gojitron's got a really good point here. The people who are the most worried about AI right now are the Hollywood writers that are on strike because they can be replaced. Have you read AI stories? I think Johnny Sorensen or somebody got into doing AI stories. They're readable. It's kind of weird, but yeah. AI can write stories.
They can flip burgers.
No, we already knew that burger flippers were going to be replaced with a machine sooner or later. If you've ever taken economics in college, microeconomics and macroeconomics, that's the first thing you learn is that in order to get more efficient, a lot of times the workers are having to be replaced with machinery. That's why when you go to McDonald's, there's nobody behind the counter. You have to walk up to a kiosk to do your order. There's nobody taking your order there. Walmart, 30 checking out aisles. 2 of them are open, and everybody's piled up over there at the self-checkout line. Am I lying?
No.
Yep, smart houses. The guy wanted doors and the windows locked and told him no. Yeah, when a smart house locks you out, what you gonna do? The plant that I retired from had a shooting. That's not unusual these days. Actually, that was going on back in the day. You remember when going postal was the thing? Everybody was picking at the postal workers. You know,
Yeah.
we don't want to disgruntle you. We know what happens when postal workers get disgruntled. Might force them to actually write something new, or innovating, or quit writing woke garbage. Hey, newbie. Masterversal Toy Hunter, Mr. Eldor is here. Good evening there, Mr. Eldor. Learn from Admiral Adama and don't trust networks. Talk about the new version of Battlestar Galactica, which was really, really good until it got really, really bad when we found out that they were making it up as they went along instead of having a long-term storyline in mind like Babylon 5. Have you ever watched the new Battlestar Galactica?
No, I have not. I know about it, but never watched it.
The first couple of seasons were really, really good, but it got kind of crazy when they ripped themselves into a corner and they couldn't figure out how to get out of it. Former CIA agent is like former mafia. I do agree with that.
Yeah.
Gene Hackman is in my walls listening to my conversations. Johnny's going to be a very welcome member of this team over here at Weird Fantastic Toy Adventures. Because the dollar is losing value, just print some more money. That would devalue it even further. Printing money doesn't increase the amount of actual money. There's money is just a note, a promissory note that says I'm good for what this amount of actual money is. And it used to be backed up with gold. It ain't backed up with nothing now. But the more money you print, the less it buys. Does that, you understand that concept, right?
Yeah.
I would say 90% of most Americans don't. The more paper that there is in circulation, the less it's worth. And that's why turning the printing presses on and printing more dollar bills doesn't increase the amount of money.
That's why we're going to Bitcoin.
I don't understand that either.
No, it's fake money.
That ain't real either. That's all a scam too.
It is.
And
yeah.
We can all buy NFTs now too, and we can have virtual toys. Even Mattel's getting in on that fucked up game. You can buy virtual He-Man toys.
Yeah.
How do you play with them?
You can't. And whenever they decide to go out of business or whatever, all of that money that you poured into for these make-believe toys that you can't do nothing with, they're gone.
All you sons of bitches who got rid of your CD collections because you can store that shit on the cloud. What happens when the cloud goes away? All your shit's gone. And all my shit's still on the shelf in there because I'm not
I
getting
still got a shitload of CDs.
I'm not getting rid of my CDs and I'm not getting rid of my DVDs. My physical media will stay here till I die because I can watch it. Books. I know people that don't have a book one in their house anymore because they've got a fucking
digital
Kindle. I can't read those things. I'm sorry. And OBS is like $30 for that. Talking about your Batwing. Yeah, well, $29.99.
Yeah, and I didn't buy it.
Shaitan's Hammer. I have a love relationship thing with Todd McFarlane Toys. I don't like his 7-inch figures, the ones that replace the Mattel DC figures. I don't like his figures. His superpowers figures are okay. They have issues that I think could be fixed, and they may be in the process. Go ahead, Clifton.
You're talking about the superpower. He shortened the scale. The original, the first wave that come out, the Dark Side, the Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, getting in them, they're 5-inch.
Yeah.
This next wave that they're doing,
it's going to be 4.5.
They're going to be 4.5.
Yeah, they're going to match the scale a lot better, and a lot of that has to do with the widening of the stance of the legs.
Yeah.
He should have listened to Toyota in the first place. He needs to hire the man. If he'd hire Toyota over there, all of his problems would be solved.
So now we're going to end up having to rebuy a Superman and Dark Side and whatever, else they did there, because they're going to have to redo them to that way you can bring that scale and get them just right matching. That's what I think is going to happen. So we're going to see some more Superman.
I think so too, but I don't think that we're going to see any classic Superman. I think the Superman are going to be some Toddy Mac mess like Gimp Batman. Jeremy J says, my wife's brother passed away a few years ago. They're both figure enthusiasts. A couple of years ago, we documented his favorite figure turning on their own.
Wow.
What's that mean, Jeremy? Figure turning on their own. I'm thinking turning around, maybe.
Turning their head.
Like those freaking dolls when you go into a doll collector's house and everywhere you turn, the dolls are looking at you and they watch you.
Puppet Master.
Or that freaking ventriloquist dummy movie that was so fucking scary back in the day. There was a Twilight Zone episode with a ventriloquist dummy in it that was the same damn thing. It's real fucked up. There is already a fully automated McDonald's.
Yeah.
And they're probably going to be fully automated all kinds of
Yeah, they started here. They started one here in Fort Worth.
Yeah, and half the time that shit breaks. Well, see, that was one of the questions that I asked my economics professor one time. I said, if computers replace all the office workers, what do the office workers do that go out of business? And he said they become computer repairmen. Yes, sir, Mr. Eldor. Good to see you there. I refuse to ring myself up at the Walmart stores.
That's a long wait, brother.
Sometimes it can be. Sometimes it can be. The only time I go through the regular checkout line is if I have a big purchase. That you know the kind that if you go over there to the freaking ring yourself up line, the little bell goes off and you have to wait 20 minutes for somebody to show up over there to ding it off so you can leave.
Yeah.
Love Babylon 5. Yeah, Babylon 5 was good. But he had a 5-year plan with that show. He knew where it was going to end up at. The shooting was on the national news. My brother who lives in Las Vegas sent me a text with a link that was about the shooting happened on Thursday. I don't watch the national news anymore. I quit for a long time ago because all it did was make me angry. All right.
Yeah.
You're all part of the club till they knock you off. We need some Weird Bill bucks. Weird Bill needs some bucks. Look up at the pinned comment up there at the top and see how to send me a tip. Susudio already did it. Thank you, sweetheart. I appreciate that. Not a fan of virtual crap. Not a fan of virtual currency.
Digital
Proof.
currency is a trap. I agree.
Ain't no virtual toys in my future, says Mike. Still got VCR tapes too. I do too. I have my VCR tapes here. I have a lot of my old ECW pay-per-views still on VHS tape.
Wow.
Digital is a stupid way to watch movies. It's not reliable. If the internet goes out, you can't watch anything. Yeah. Have you ever had the internet go out? I have. Every time a dog pisses on a light pole, my internet used to go out.
No.
What do you watch then? I can watch my DVDs even if the internet's out, but you can't watch your cloud shit. Ha ha ha. Yep, my opinion comes out sometimes too, Mike. I still have vinyl, cassette tapes, VHS, Betamax, which was better than VHS. Do you know why VHS beat out Betamax, Sir Clifton?
Man, that's a long time ago.
Well, you know, Betamax was a better format than VHS. And anybody that lived in that time would tell you that Betamax was a better format than VHS. But VHS still beat Betamax out because the porn industry embraced VHS. And that's the truth.
Wow.
Look it up. Printing money causes all of this. We know it. The government is stealing from us by doing what they're doing. Yeah, well, you know, the Koof bucks did the same thing. The reason that our economy is in the dumpster right now is because of the Koof bucks. All that money that they gave out during the Koof and everybody went and spent. I spent mine. Did you spend yours? I sure did. No, I'll admit it. It didn't do nothing to stimulate the economy. All it did was put us where we are right now. The 70s multiverse DC stuff doesn't fit in with anything. That was the whole purpose of making everything be a 6-inch line. Marvel Legends, 6-inch. At the time, the Mattel DC Universe figures were 6-inch figures. All the other toy companies, Black Series, Star Wars, 6-inch. All the figures can play in the same universe because they're all at the same scale. So what happens when Toddy Mac comes along? Oh, I'm going to make mine an inch taller than all the rest of them, so you can't play with my figures with the other figures. Yeah, screw you, Todd. If the Earth was hit by a powerful enough coronal mass ejection from the sun, not even blockchains will save from us from that. And all your cryptos are gone, Sally. Well, you know the big solar flare is coming. I got into a brand new YouTube channel for me. It's been around a while, but it's called the Y-Files.
Yeah, that's a damn good channel. People need to watch that.
Yeah, it's a damn good channel. He's entertaining, and so is Hecklefish. And he covers a lot of stuff. He even covered John Teeter. You know who John Teeter is, don't you?
Yep.
Yeah, everybody knows who John Teeter is. John Teeter's been something that I've been interested in ever since he first showed up on the forums. I was there reading them when he first showed up. I was listening to Art Bell when Art Bell got the faxes.
Love Art Bell.
Yeah. S&M Superman, courtesy of Toddy Mac. That he can go with S&M Batman.
Yeah.
Literally, the figures were moving. Oh my goodness.
That's creepy.
Yeah, creepy. Good night, Get After Dark. Glad you came and joined us. We've still got more show coming, folks. Don't worry. Everyone wanted at least $15 an hour, so now they're going to total automation. Well, that's the other thing. All right. Everybody says, well, if we increase the minimum wage to a living wage, then everybody will be good. No, because then $15 an hour will buy what $7 an hour used to buy. Nobody's meant to spend their whole life making $7 a fucking hour. You make $7 an hour at your first job when you're a kid. You're supposed to progress in that job and get a raise at that job and move up the chain in that job over time and make more money than $7 an hour. So by the time that you're a grown-up adult and you've got kids and a wife and a house and a car, you ain't making $7 an hour anymore.
Yeah.
That's the way it's supposed to work, folks. Yes, Babylon 5 was good indeed. D-Max. I'm going to run through these real quick. Patreon, okay. And Admiral Akbar warned us about all this. It's a trap! The other night, Spectrum decided to reboot the system. Yeah. Well, what happens when your internet provider or your cable provider decides to reboot their system? Mine has done it before. I was out for 3 days one time. Be sure to like and subscribe, says Nightbot. Don't forget to miss any future content. Hit the notification bell. Thank you, Nightbot. Oh, yes. I love the Wi-Fi's and Mr. Hecklefish. See, I'm not alone.
No.
We all watch the same crap. It just is. That's why these people are making the big bucks and why they've got so many subscribers, because we're all subscribing to the same stuff. I watch Mr. MBB333. He does the sun stuff every day. Tons of spots. They face the earth and flare. The sun drives our way. It does. And all this global warming, the sun causes most of the warming that happens on Earth, not us. And that's a cycle, and sunspots has something to do with it. Beta actually died because Sony wouldn't let other companies have the ability to manufacture Beta, but let them have the rights to VHS, and they had a corner in the Beta market with their Betamax. And the porn industry couldn't use Betamax, but the VHS industry didn't give a shit, and everybody was buying porn, and so VHS won and Beta lost. Now they can't buy squat, and we can't afford food, even at fast food. Yep. Fast food. Do you remember? First of all, don't eat at Taco Bell. We found out that they're selling ruined meat over there. We don't eat that shit, okay? But do you remember when you could go to Taco Bell and you could take the change out of your pocket and you could get a taco and a burrito and a Coca-Cola and be full? Now, Taco Bell costs as much as all the rest of the damn restaurants. Way too much. I can remember I could take my wife, my daughter.
Get a burrito the size of this dead gum remote.
Yeah, exactly. I remember when I could take my wife and my daughter and me to Burger King, and I could spend $14, and I could get my wife and I both a sandwich and fries, and I could get my daughter the kiddie meal for $14. Now it costs damn near $40 for 3 people to eat at a fucking fast food restaurant.
Yeah. It's bad. And we were just having over there, Mom and Dad had bought some candy because I said last night, I said, y'all got some candy? No. Well, go over for supper tonight. And they had candy in there.
Mm-hmm.
You remember the Whoppers? You remember how big the carton used to be?
Yeah.
Now it's just a little bitty. And even the Whoppers are small.
They used to be big. They used to be about the size of gumballs, and the carton was about the size of a milk carton.
Do you want to know why they're short now? They're 25% fat free, so that's why they're.
No, what it is, they made them smaller and made the carton smaller, and they charge the same price as before. And so you think you're getting the same amount for what you bought before, but you're really not. Which is why when you buy potato chips and cereal, the bag is half full.
Yeah.
Because they sell by volume, weight, not volume. Yeah. So it's by weight. So they put it in the same bag, but they put less of it in there, and you pay the same price for it. And that's how they keep from increasing their prices. So if you want to get the same amount you did before, you're still going to pay more for it. Buttholes.
Yeah, prices go up and
Ocean Breeze
quality goes down.
Whoa. For Walmart in Virginia next month, Ocean Breeze Salty just gave me $25. Thank you so much.
Wow.
Yes, I appreciate that. Unfortunately, the Walmart in West Virginia will not get that $25. This channel will get that $25. All the monies that are donated to me through Streamlab and through my Patreon go into furthering this channel and increasing. And right now, I think my next major purchase is going to be a better cable modem to increase my ability to stay on track and not freeze up. Ah, gotcha. Comments. Back when I was a kid, we could go to Hasty Tasty, and 5 of us could eat for under $20. Always a handful of biscuits or crackers missing in the tray. Cog, hello. I see people I know. I see you too, Cog. Pop back to Rick's here. I once bought the Fruity and Cocoa Pebbles. It doesn't taste the same as it did. None of that shit tastes the same as it did in the 80s.
None
I
of
don't
it.
know if our tastes have changed or whether they've changed the formula. I have a feeling they've changed the formula.
They changed the formula.
Mhm. And Susudio says, remember when your local grocery store actually had an actual bakery with fresh baked goods? I do. And they do not anymore. Yep. All right. Let's see, Sir Clifton. Are we ready to get to know Downtown Bruno?
Let's do it.
All right. First of all, I will tell you who he is so that you will know. Downtown Bruno is a professional wrestling manager, referee, and occasional wrestler. His name is Bruno Lauer. He is better known by the ring names Harvey Whippleman and Downtown Bruno. He was Downtown Bruno when I first got to know him on Channel 5 Wrestling, and he was Harvey Whippleman when he made it up to the WWF for a short period of time on television and in house shows. He eventually became an agent for the WWE behind the scenes, and that's where he spent most of his time and made most of his money. But he did occasionally appear on television in the character of Harvey Whippleman. But tonight we're going to meet Downtown Bruno. But right here, Bruno began his career working in professional wrestling promotions in the southern United States, especially Memphis. In the 1990s, he debuted in the World Wrestling Federation, where he managed wrestlers such as a Sid Justice, who was also Psycho Sid, and I think Sid Udy is his actual name. Of course, the Ugandan giant Kamala, Giant Gonzalez, and Bertha Faye. In 2000, he became the first and only man to win the WWF Women's Championship, thus technically making him a one-time wrestling world champion. Bruno now works backstage. Well, he doesn't now. He's retired, but at the time this article was written, he worked backstage as WWE, formerly WWF, and occasionally manages in Memphis as Downtown Bruno. Yeah, he does occasionally appear as Downtown Bruno. Right now, he is an alderman in his hometown of Walls, Mississippi, which is not too far from where I live, right outside of Memphis. In 1979, Bruno attended an independent wrestling show in a circus in Pennsylvania. In exchange for helping to tear down the ring after the show, he was given free admission. He later joined the company and toured Ohio. So Bruno ran away from home and joined the circus. Literally. During this time, the Royal Kangaroos' Jonathan Boyd, better known as a sheep herder to me, became his mentor. Back in Pennsylvania, Gito Mongo trained Lauer and gave him the ring name Dr. Leonard Spazinski. He then moved back to Memphis, where he performed under the name Downtown Bruno. In 1986, he became the most prominent villainous manager in Memphis. This was right after Jimmy Hart had left, and Bruno took his place. And that was no mean feat, because that was big shoes to fill. And you will see why in just a minute when we look at Bruno's first appearance in Memphis. In addition, wrestlers like Jerry Lawler and Sid Udy, also known as Sid Justice, Sid Vicious, Psycho Sid Udy helped his career. Sid Udy's an interesting character. You got to read Bruno's book. Got to read his book. He continued to work in the Southern promotions for the rest of the late 80s. In September of 89, He won the Continental Wrestling Federation's Southeastern United States Junior Heavyweight Championship and held it until the promotion closed in November. It was in Continental in 1987 that he first teamed with Udy, while Udy was under the mask as an incarnation of Lord Humongous. And then he went to the WWE, and I don't care about any of that. He was a wrestler and a road agent from 1996 until just not too long ago. He is very good friends with Dwayne Johnson. Very good friends with Dwayne Johnson. When Dwayne was just a young wee lad and had a nothing and owned nothing and was trying to get into wrestling, it was Bruno who gave him a place to live, and it was Bruno who took the last $40 out of his pocket and paid a crackhead for a car. We'll get into that in just a minute. Paid a crackhead for a car so that he could have a ride. Absolutely. All right. I'm going to play this, and I'm going to take us out and let it play by itself, and hopefully it won't stutter and freeze too much. It's 20 minutes long. Please watch all of this. There's wrestling in this as well. It is almost an entire show of wrestling, but it's not, because the show was 90 minutes long. There's some cuts in here. I will give you a trigger warning, though. All right, the wrestler at the start of this is a heel wrestler. He is playing his role very well. And at the time that this was done, this kind of stuff was considered humorous. I still find it humorous, although some people don't anymore. It is a product of its time. But nobody here is endorsing this man. He is a villain, okay? Villains do rotten, despicable things. And Lance Russell even admonishes the man, okay? That's my only trigger warning. As far as Bruno goes, Bruno, the character Bruno, not Bruno Lauer, okay? Bruno Lauer is a cool guy. Rock said that he was the greatest of all time, okay? But Downtown Bruno is a piece of crap, okay? That's what he is. He's a heel manager, okay? Villain. Here we go. Let's watch this together, folks.
I was driving down the road the other day. I needed to get a little gas in the car, okay? It's bad enough sitting here, okay, waiting for a main event match. It's bad enough trying to get a shot at a heavyweight title match. But worst of all is living in Tennessee. Can you believe it? With all these country pukes. Can you believe it? I'm driving down the road the other day and going to get a little gas in my car, right? So what happens, okay? I pull into the station. Right, while I'm getting gas in the car, up pulls this 63 Rambler, right? 4 doors, all of them a different color, primer, black smoke coming out of the back. And let me tell you something, the car looked better than the people that got out of it, all right? So I go inside to get a Coke. Let me tell you something, I go inside there, I stop dead in my tracks. Here I see the family that got out of the car. It's about 5 kids. The youngest one's got snot running down his nose onto his shirt. Let me tell you something. The mother's sitting over there. She must be everywhere, maybe about 18 years old. The only teeth left in her head were like rotten black pigs, all right? And the father, his name's probably Billy Joe Bob or something like that. He's picking the wax out of his ear with this fork, all right? And on top of everything else, okay, this is typical Tennessee people, right? On top of everything else, sitting in the booth next to him, I see a brother, right? And he goes, hey, man. He says, I seen you on TV. You're Big Bubba. I said, that's right, bro. I says, what are you doing? He says, I'm eating a fortune cookie. And I said, really? And Lance Russell, you know what he had in front of him? He had a piece of cornbread with a food stamp in the middle of it. Can you believe that? A food stamp. That's a fortune cookie. Hey, but wait. Hey, best of all, let me tell you something. I met this a person this morning that these people be greatly interested in, okay? All right? This man is incredible, all right? And he made me such an offer. Okay, I just can't. I want to take and bring him out of here. Hey, come out of here, man. I want these people to meet you.
You're bringing out.
Come on here, brother. Hey, this is Downtown Bruno, Lance Russell. I want you to meet this man. He's intelligent, good looking.
I've heard about Downtown Bruno.
Crazy, I am Downtown Bruno. Hey, I want to tell you something. This man is so bad. This man is fine. They were going to use him. They were going to use this man for the U.S. Steel Building I-beam downtown Pittsburgh, baby. But I said, you'll make more money as a wrestler because this is my friend, see? And this is my first time here in Memphis, brother, for the CWA. And I tell you what, everybody in the South is going to see who the man is, me, and the man behind the man. And there's other men, brother. There's other men besides this man. He's going to get Jerry to Queen Lawler, and he's going to hurt him. He's going to be dissing on him something fierce, brother. And you want to see somebody even bigger than this man? Do you believe that there's somebody?
Well, yeah, I know that there are people bigger than, but nobody that I think that you know. He's from downtown Pittsburgh, Downtown Bruno.
Downtown Pittsburgh, Downtown Bruno. You want to know somebody else from 422 Boulevard, baby? Downtown Pittsburgh, chilling a little bit. You want to see somebody big as this man?
Okay, fine. Bring him out.
Hey, Goliath, come on out, baby. Come on out, baby.
Who is this that you are bringing out?
This is the mighty Goliath, baby. 414 pounds, 7 foot tall, walking, talking, roping, stomping, downtown graveyard destruction, baby. This man, I found this man headbutting a garbage dumpster on 422 Boulevard, downtown Pittsburgh, baby. And he made a bigger dent in the dumpster than the dumpster made in his head, baby. I said, I can make some money if I make this man into a professional, top-rated, talented professional wrestler. And now he's got the World Super Heavyweight Championship, brother. And we are the champions. Look, 1, 2, 3. I got so many belts here. Everybody in this audience can hold up their pants for a year, brother. We got belts, we got titles, and we won this from Abdullah the Butcher in San Juan, Puerto Rico, baby. And nobody can beat us, and there's nobody as big as this man, and nobody as big as this man. This is my dream team, baby. My brotherhood. See, I'm extending my brotherhood. I had a brotherhood on the streets of downtown Pittsburgh, see? Brotherhood. We had an escort service, see, for ladies. It came out in the evening. And I'm expanding the brotherhood from downtown Pittsburgh all through the South. Professional wrestler right here.
Oh, so that's where it all came from, was from the Brotherhood in Pittsburgh.
The Brotherhood in Pittsburgh, baby, the downtown connection.
You got a couple of bookends there. There's no question about that.
Hey, what kind of nerve is it that these guys can come out during my time? My time.
Hey, you are introduced. People know who Downtown Bruno is. They've had a look at the World Super Heavyweight Champion. They, of course, know Big Bubba, and if he's a friend of yours, I guess that tells us all about it.
Oh, yeah, that means we're all bad, baby.
Yeah.
Rock it.
That's right. Okay, well, you have got a tag match coming up here, in which Goliath and Big Bubba will be partners. Let's get them
Goliath, 1,000 pounds of twisted steel and a little bit of sex appeal. Oh, yeah, baby, get it right.
Okay, you saw him right there. There's no question. That is a big set of bookends right there with Big Bubba and Goliath. Dave, I do not for 1 second envy their opponents in there today.
No, nor do any of us, I don't think. Robert and Randy Bryant from Bartlett, Tennessee. They weigh in at a total of 474 pounds. Over on one side of the ring, and they are watching their opponents step through the ropes right now with Downtown Bruno, their manager. First, Big Bubba. Big Bubba weighs in at 407. He's 6'7" out of Miami, Florida. And at 7 feet, 414 pounds, out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, downtown Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
That is Goliath passing out now what is the World Super Heavyweight Championship belt. That's the biggest belt I ever saw, too.
Boy, I got to tell you, you have to be that big in order to wear that belt. That belt is unbelievable. Although, here is Downtown Bruno bringing them all over.
You want some expert commentary? You're going to listen to this guy dissing over here.
Hey.
You want some expert commentary?
Well, I think we can handle the commentary, but I'm sure that that's not going to dissuade you for a minute.
I would like to get some expert commentary, Dave.
Okay.
Well, we'll see what he has to say.
That's right, brother. We'll see what happens.
Afraid there's not a whole lot we can do about it. Ready for the bell.
That's right. Ring that bell, baby. Look at the mighty Goliath, the man of steel. Look at him. Look at him. What do you think, Lancer? Huh? Tell me, brother.
Well, there's no question about it. It's the two biggest guys that I've ever seen together anywhere around.
Oh, yeah, baby. Okay, yeah, that's right. That's right. Take it, brother. It don't hurt. Take it. That's it. This is a joke. This is ridiculous. This is like, hey, this is like me taking on a 10-year-old. That's what this is. Look at this guy with the stars on his sight. Only stars in this guy's life is the stars he's seeing because he just took a heck of a beating, brother. A heck of a beating.
Thank you for watching your language. The Bryan brothers, Randy and Robert, who are battling against two of the biggest guys you've ever seen. I thought that Bubba had to be one of the biggest mountains that I'd seen walking around at 407. Goliath is even bigger than Big Bubba.
It's hard to even find a skill to weigh these guys, brother. It's hard. You just can't go over 1,000 pounds when you estimate, and you'll be okay. Now you got Bubba taking over on the gig, brother. Bubba taking over on him. He's doing a good job. Doing a good job. This referee just ought to butt out of the match because this is really none of his business what's going on. We don't go for authority downtown Pittsburgh, baby. And as far as I'm concerned, this ring is just like downtown Pittsburgh, Fort Duquesne Boulevard, baby. We rock and roll.
Ooh, look at that drop kick from Big Bubba. It stuns me that a guy that big can lay a drop kick out there.
You ain't seen nothing yet, man.
Referee is Jerry Vickers, and Jerry is in the middle of all of this big action in there with Bubba and Goliath. Boy, I tell you, you won't run into a tag team anywhere in the world that's any bigger than this team.
Well, let me tell you something, Lancer. Everybody says, yeah, but David beat Goliath in the Bible. Yeah, but David needed a foreign object.
I hear you. Oh, and look at Goliath go up with a drop kick.
Hey, good job, brother.
Can you believe that both Bubba and Goliath, with impressive drop kicks, guys that run over 400 pounds, in the air.
That's my downtown connection, baby. That's the brotherhood. That's the brotherhood. That's right. Oh, yeah. Beat him, baby. Beat him. Beat him. Beat him.
Drop that big Bubba leg on him. Down he goes for a count of 1, count of 2.
That's right. Play with him for a while.
Picks him up at the count of 2. And now
play with him, Lancer.
Here's a tag on Goliath. One side of the ring to the other. And here he goes. Oh. Right down on top of him, and that's going to be it.
I'll be back.
Well, they are a couple of big guys, and they come out with a victory in there. But, you know, I really don't think they're the biggest two guys that I've ever seen. Has Goliath ever seen anybody wrestling for that title any bigger than he is?
Never, brother.
Well,
never. There's nobody
stick around. I got a gentleman I'd like for him to meet named Giant Hillbilly. I think he might be in there.
Giant Hillbilly.
You had winners right there, and I don't think there was too much doubt as the Bryant brothers really had not too much of a chance against a couple of mountains and buildings like that. We're going to take time out, and we're going to be back. We appreciate you being here, Downtown Bruno. We'll see you a little later on in the week, and right now we'll take time out and be back. Need any help doing the interview?
Well, you're going to get some, brother. You're going to get some.
I want to bring him out here right now, Jerry the King Lawler.
Oh, come on.
I tell you what you better do. You better put the mic down and shut up before you get hurt.
I'm not threatened by you or this Jeep.
Sorry, we have a guest commentator who elected that he would stay here and help out with the interview. I told him to get out of here. Downtown Bruno, that's Goliath's brain trust in there.
Downtown Bruno, huh?
Yeah.
That's let me give you a little word of advice, Bruno. If you know what's good for you, brother, while I'm standing out here doing my interview, you better get your little rear end somewhere else downtown.
Hey. You're just jealous because you can't grow them. That?
Brilliant.
Come over here a little bit later.
You're just jealous, brother.
I told you better get up and leave while you can still get up and leave.
Let me just say this. You know, looking at you, you remind me of another sniveling little wormy wimp manager that we had in this area by the name of Jimmy Hart. Remember this? And if you're not careful, the same thing that happened to Jimmy Hart will happen to you, brother.
Let me tell you something. Jimmy Hart is a geek. Jimmy Hart is from the South, baby. If you're from the South, you can't be much, baby. I'm from downtown Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, up and down 14 Kane Boulevard, Jack. The 6 blocks between the 3 blocks, baby. I am the man. I am the king stud, Jack. And you couldn't compare yourself to me on a rainstorm on Holy Holiday, Jack.
Is that right?
That's right.
Come on, let me see those nice little downtown clothes. Let me tell you something.
Hey.
I guarantee you I will. Understand? You understand? Let me get on you.
Hey. Okay. Hey, come on now. We got enough of this. Will you get your
No, he put his hands on me.
Come on, both of you guys.
Hands on me.
Look out, Jerry.
Hurt him, baby, hurt him. Hurt him. Hey.
All right.
You'll touch me again.
Yeah, you're going to get out here and you get your 2 big gorillas out here. Oh, hey! You want to see Big? Take a look at Big. You're talking about Big now.
I'll tell you something, Bubba. I'm not through with you, brother. I'm just starting with you. And I'll take care of you. I can guarantee you that. Goliath, you looking for somebody bigger than you, brother? Well, here he is, right here. He's got somebody bigger than you, boy. You understand that?
Yeah,
Fatter, maybe. That's about it. Fatter.
Yeah.
What are we going to name it?
You never saw anybody you said is bigger than him. Well, take a look at him right there, partner, because you're seeing it right then and there.
Hey, maybe he is strong, but breath ain't everything, brother.
Okay. If you guys can get out of here, we would appreciate it. Thank you for finally. Yeah, I'm afraid you will. Downtown Bruno and his charges. Let's see if we can get some action in the ring. Okay. Boy, Tony, Tracy's mother is coming up. Single match. Tracy! Back out all too soon is Downtown Bruno. And he's having a conversation with boy Tony. Doesn't he look lovely today? Some kind of a little deal just consummated between Downtown Bruno and boy Tony. I think what he was telling him was, let me sit out here in the chair with you and show you what I can do for you. Boy, Tony, I saw him shaking his hand, so while he's peeling out of his outer garments. Tracy Smother, boy, Tony.
Should be a good match. 1 fall, 10-minute time limit. Boy, Tony out of St. Louis, Missouri originally. And Tracy Smothers out of Springfield, Tennessee. Boy, Tony has put on some weight. He's in at about 236, outweighing Tracy by 8 pounds. Boy, Tony started dancing around the ring. Tracy Smothers just waiting for it. Tracy fired him right back into the rope. Downtown Bruno down here at ringside explaining to the referee, said, hey, he pulled his hair. There's no way he could have thrown him back into the ropes like that without it, referee. So Tony immediately picked up the complaint. Boy, Tony behind Tracy Smothers. Tracy reverses on him. And boy, Tony heads for the rope. Leans outside. 45 seconds gone in this one. Tracy Smothers reversing Boy Tony again, and there's some hair pulling, referee, but it came from the one who was complaining earlier about having his hair pulled, Boy Tony. Tony yanked a handful of Tracy Smothers' hair. Approval, I might add, by Downtown Bruno over in the corner of Boy Tony. Look at that. Nice move by Tracy Smothers. He puts Tony down on the mat, bars the left arm. Oh, boy, Tony, right fist to the midsection, a couple of them. While he had Tracy back in the corner. Tracy reverses him into the turnbuckle. Nice backdrop. A drop kick follows up, and boy, Tony is out of the ring, down on the floor. Conference time with Downtown Bruno. The crowd expressing their opinion of boy Tony and Bruno. Referee counts now at 7, 8, 9. Boy Tony gets back in the ring just in time to avoid being counted out. He comes in with right fist flying, grabs Tracy Smothers. Look out, into the turnbuckle. 2 minutes, 45 seconds gone. Boy Tony against Tracy Smothers. Tracy, good move as he hung onto the ropes and got Tony with a foot. The backdrop again works for Tracy. And a drop kick. And boy, Tony hits the mat. Tracy quickly after him. Oh, the referee knocked down. Boy, Tony was going to throw him into the ropes, and he hit the referee. Tracy body slam. He rolls boy Tony down to the mat. Downtown Bruno jumps in there. Planted a boot on top of Tracy Smothers' head. And now here's boy Tony with a cover. And the referee starts the count at 2 and 3. You saw it. Downtown Bruno interfering, but not seen by the referee. Boy Tony gets himself a victory. There's a handshake. Congratulations from Downtown Bruno. As he and boy Tony have teamed to take the victory. 3 minutes, 28 seconds to time.
Yeah, I'm glad that you said that they teamed to do it, because that's exactly what it was. The referee having an argument with Downtown Bruno. Got a feeling we're looking at a little shriveled up pain in the side right here in this Bruno. Tracy Smothers knows that it was not a fair one. We've got more action. We'll be seeing Jonathan Boyd and the Sheepherders and much more in just a moment.
What did you think about that, Sir Clifton? Did you get to watch any of that?
Yes, sir. It's pretty good.
And that was the debut of Downtown Bruno, and his debut was a son of a gun. He came in with two big men. I think Big Bubba is
Uncle Fred.
Yeah, that's who it is. And then, of course, that was Tony Falk there using the Gorgeous George gimmick. He was boy Tony there for a good while there in Memphis. And suddenly, Bruno came into town, and he had 3 wrestlers in his stable. And began feuding with Jerry Lawler immediately. And as I said before, he filled Jimmy Hart's shoes there at the end of the territory days, when Jimmy Hart had left to go to the WWF to become the Mouth of the South. And there were many managers that came through the area that tried to be Jimmy Hart, but only Bruno was able to do it. And he had that gift of gab. He could talk, and he could just talk and talk and talk and talk. And he was a slime ball. And his catchphrase was Fort Duquesne Boulevard, baby, because he was from Pennsylvania, and that Pittsburgh. He's from Pittsburgh, and that's the main drag in Pittsburgh is Fort Duquesne Boulevard. That's where all the hookers and the tramps and the winos and the crackheads and they all hang out there on Fort Duquesne Boulevard. And when I was a kid, I didn't understand Fort Duquesne Boulevard. I thought he was saying 42 Kane Boulevard, 42 Kane Boulevard. No, he's saying Fort Duquesne Boulevard. You can look that up. That's in Pittsburgh. And it's Tracy Smothers, Terry Taylor. No, Tracy Smothers is Tracy Smothers. And Terry Taylor and Tracy Smothers had the same gimmick: the bleached blonde hair and the pretty boy, and all the women, would ooh when they would come out. And generally the face wrestlers looked like that. They had bleached blonde hair. They're pretty. Their physiques were pretty symmetrical, and they had pretty little faces. And all the little ladies went after them. The ring rats ran for them and screamed and hollered when they came out. But Tracy Smothers, I don't know what he went on to do, but I think he ended up going up to the big time too. Tony Falk, I don't think he ever did anything more than be what he was, a jobber and a heel. But yeah, that was his debut. Now, I've got something special that I got. All this is going to get me got. I don't give a shit because I'm here to entertain. But not too long ago, there was an interview with what's his name? Damn, I can't remember his name, and I feel like a fool because I just had a brain fart. Anyway, there was an interview with Bruno. And the interview happened around the time that they were doing that Young Rock TV show. Do you remember that? Where it was supposed to be a fictionalized story, semi-autobiographical story about Dwayne Johnson when he was young, and of course the story about Bruno buying the Rock's first car for him was in that show, but it was fictionalized and some things had been changed around. And so basically he was asked what really happened. And he's such a good storyteller that I thought that this story needed to be told as well. So we're going to watch this real quick.
So talk about Rock. I watched the video and I knew he got the truck out, the cool relationship you guys had.
Right.
It says a lot about Rock, what a good dude. But
yes.
I've never heard the story about you buying him a car from a crackhead.
Yeah, what happened was
a crackhead.
Yeah, so they showed that on the Young Rock, which was like a documentary, basically. Great show, but they switched it up. What the true story was, me and him were downtown Nashville, Lower Broad, which was now it's all gentrified, with the corporate places, Coyote Ugly, whatever. Back then it was nothing but honky tonks and beer joints and gin mills and homeless people, prostitutes, drug addicts, what we'd call the old Nashville cowboys, the ones that came to town to get a country music contract and they're playing a guitar on the street with with a can in front of them. So it was very rough. So this guy walked up to me and Dewey and said, Dwayne, I call him Dewey, but so the people know, Dwayne walked up and said, hey man, ain't you Downtown Bruno? And I said, yeah. They thought I was rich because I'm on TV, like putting $10,000 bounties out against Jerry Lawler or whatever, and really I made like $60 that night, but still they don't know. We gonna buy this car. We got a car for sale, man. You want to buy this car? It was the worst looking car you ever seen in your life. An old Thunderbird, looked like it's been rode hard and put up wet, just awful. And I said, no, man. Then Dewey's, oh no, Bruno, find out how much he wants for it. I always wanted a car. Will you buy me a car? I said, but look at that car. Oh, well, I'll fix it up. I'll clean it up. I said, man, how much you want for it? The guy said, $80. I said, $80? I said, damn, that's all you want for it? Well, let's start. Start up. I reached my pocket. I said, I ain't got it 40. I'll take the 40 if you promise to come back tomorrow and give me the other 40. And Dewey goes, yeah, get it. Oh boy. All right. I gave the guy the money. We're staying at Alamo Plaza Hotel in Nashville. It's not there no more. About 5 miles from where the transaction took place. So I said, all right, Dewey. I said, you drive the car, but it ain't got no tags or nothing. So I'm going to follow you behind in my car so the cops don't get behind you. And we'll follow each other back to the hotel. So we're driving. He pulls over to the side. I said, "Oh, Jesus Christ, the damn car done give out already. I can't believe it. Just lost $40. I walked up to see what was happening. What it was, there was another crackhead in the back seat under a whole bunch of garbage and newspapers and blankets, sound asleep. And he goes, "Hey, what's going on? What's happening?" Dwayne goes, "Man, you got to get out of this car. I just bought it from your friend." "Well, I'm sorry. Let me gather up my stuff." So he got out, walked off, and I trailed Dwayne back. But that time,
and that was the story about how Bruno bought The Rock his first car, and not too long ago, a few years ago, really. I mean, not too long ago. Not as a long time ago for me now, but The Rock came and bought Bruno a brand new pickup truck and gave it to him.
Wow.
So yeah, and then we've got to know Bruno Lauer, better known as Downtown Bruno. There's plenty of clips out there on YouTube of Downtown Bruno. I suggest you watch as many of them as you can. This little guy is entertaining, and I'm going to tell you something. He looks like a little bitty guy. He's really not. He's probably about 5'7", and he's real thin, but he's wiry. He's stronger than he looks, and he's a legit wrestler. And he can do the moves, and he's also now he's up there in age now. He's an alderman in Walls, Mississippi. He's elected to be an alderman. He's got a few more years left under his belt there. He's retired from wrestling, but back in the day, he was a tough little guy, and he was always bladed up, Jack. And I had a friend of mine told me that he and a buddy of his were at a house show one time, and Bruno was sitting up on the front row with his girlfriend, and they were back there behind him fucking with him. And he turned around and pulled a knife on him and said if they didn't quit fucking with him, he's going to cut their ass.
Wow.
Yeah, he got to read his book. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to plug this book real quick. It's called Wrestling with the Truth by Bruno Lauer. And let me throw this up here real quick so you guys can see where to get that from. Let me take what I had out of the studio here and present this web page to you guys. I want you guys to see this. All right. And add that up to the stream there. Wrestling with the Truth by Bruno Lauer. It's $19.95. You can buy it from this website. I do believe, I haven't tried, but you got excerpts from it. Kurt Angle touts the book. Chris Jericho, Mick Foley, and there's a foreword in the book by Rocky himself. There's excerpts from the book, Smartened Up the Hard Way, Dressed Down by Laia Mavea, if you know who that is. And they're teaching Bill Dundee a lesson. Joyriding with Dwayne Johnson, Paul Diamond, the Stooge, Setting Up Paul Heyman, Getting Color for Bob Brown, Incident with Sid Vicious. Sid was something else. Chief Strongbow and Owen Hart, Hogan Bumps for Harvey. I mean, it's just all kinds of stuff in here. And I'm not going to read all of this, but I want you guys to look at it because Bruno, he lived a hard life. He earned his bones with wrestling, and he is legit as they come. Absolutely. So that was our wrestling bit for tonight. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. And I'm going to take a quick commercial break so that we can gather our wits and do the things that we need to do and take a little break. So here's our second commercial break of the evening, and then we're going to go to the fun of being thoughtful. We'll be right back, folks.
McDonald's McDonald's Big Mac. It's more than just another hamburger. There are 2 all-beef patties, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, and onions on a sesame seed bun. 7 great ingredients working together to make one great taste. 2 all-beef patties, special sauce, cheese, lettuce, pickles, onions on a sesame seed bun. Get the idea?
2 all-beef patties, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions, and a sesame seed bun.
It's your McDonald's Big Mac. You've got to taste it to believe it, you know what I mean?
2 all-beef patties, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions, and a sesame seed bun.
2 all-beef patties.
Let me say a few words about McDonald's Big Mac. It's
2 all-beef patties, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions, and a sesame seed bun.
2 whole... Well, what was that word again?
2 all-beef patties, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions, and a sesame seed bun.
Lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions, lettuce, cheese, pickles, oh, what am I saying?
You deserve a break today at McDonald's.
Where your dollar gets a break every day.
From all over the neighborhood, adventure team members and equipment arrive for the opening of G.I. Joe headquarters. Flash, a radio message from the tower. Adventure team member caught in quicksand. Get the maps. Here's the location. Get going, Joe, and good luck. Back in the tower, Joe signals, help on the way. We'll help get there in time. Create your own adventures. G.I. Joe Adventure Team Headquarters. G.I. Joes and ATVs sold separately.
Are you still chained to? Gotcha. The rechargeable Norelco rotary razor lets you walk away, free from nicks and cuts. Its 36 surgical steel rotary razor blades are safely protected inside 3 floating heads to give you a comfortable shave that's razor close, razor smooth, for up to 3 weeks on a single charge. The rechargeable Norelco rotary razor. It lets you walk away from gotcha.
Day after day, Toothopolis stands behind its beautiful wall of teeth, ever vulnerable to the cavity creeps.
We climb tooth, make holes.
The cavity creeps. I'll call the Crest team.
The siren. The cavity creeps must be near our beloved wall of teeth.
Yes, at the upper back molar.
Hurry into the Crestmobile.
Crest, protect us.
This good spot for big hole.
We must fight the cavity creeps with our fluoride.
Take this, cavity creeps.
Crest! Drat that crest.
The cavity creeps are a constant threat to every Toothopolis.
So you must fight with us.
Have regular checkups.
Watch treats.
And brush after every meal with C-R-E-S-T.
Say hello to Pop and Fresh Joe. It's such a nice
Danish rolls just taste better when you bake them up fresh and hot. Try Pillsbury Danish in the dairy case.
It's such a nice feeling. Get to know Pop and Fresh Joe.
Mr. Cow.
Yes?
How many licks does it take to get to the Tootsie Roll center of a Tootsie Pop?
I don't know. I always end up biting. Ask Mr. Fox, for he's much cleverer than I.
Mr. Fox, how many licks does it take to get to the Tootsie Roll center of a Tootsie Pop?
Why don't you ask Mr. Turtle, for he's been around a lot longer than I. Me, I bite.
Mr. Turtle, how many licks does it take to get to the Tootsie Roll center of a Tootsie Pop?
I never made it without biting. Ask Mr. Owl, for he is the wisest of us all.
Mr. Owl, how many licks does it take to get to the Tootsie Roll center of a Tootsie Pop?
A good question. Let's find out. 1, 2, 3.
If there's anything I can't stand, it's a smart owl.
How many licks does it take to get to the Tootsie Roll center of a Tootsie Pop? The world may never know.
WMC TV, Channel 5, Memphis.
Welcome back, folks. Hope you enjoyed the commercials. Hope they brought back a few memories. What'd you think there, Sir Clifton?
Loved it.
All right.
I remember the owl commercial. biting the Tootsie Roll Pop.
Yeah, Ocean Breeze Softy had it pegged before it even happened. Yeah. Now we're not very thoughtful sometimes. We need to be thoughtful, and being thoughtful apparently can be fun. So that's what tonight's main feature is going to be: the fun of being thoughtful. Here we go, folks.
Thoughtfulness? Everybody tells me to be more thoughtful. Well, I'd like to be more thoughtful. If I only knew what it meant.
Why should I worry about being thoughtful? What'll it get me? In this world, it's every man for himself.
How do you go about being thoughtful? What do you do? Every time I try, I only make things worse. Is there some particular method of being thoughtful that works every time?
Yes, everywhere you go, people talk about thoughtfulness. Well, just what does thoughtfulness mean? How does it fit into your everyday life? To discover some know-how about thoughtfulness, let's follow Jane Proctor into her home. For the Proctors are one family who have learned the art of thoughtfulness. If we watch carefully, we'll see just what thoughtfulness is, why the Proctors think it is worth the effort, and how they do it.
Mom! Oh, Mom!
She's not here, Jane.
Oh, hi, Eddie.
Mom's downtown.
Oh?
She left a note if you want to read it.
She always leaves a note. Dear Jane and Eddie, I've gone downtown to pay the insurance premium. Please take... Say, something's funny. Mom doesn't usually take care of the family business. Please take the ground beef out of the freezing compartment so it will be ready for supper.
Ground beef, I forgot.
I'll get it. Hello? Oh, hello, Amy. He's right here. I'll take care of the meat.
Thanks, Jane. Hi, Amy. All set for the party tomorrow night?
Well, that takes care of the... Eddie, what happened to you?
Amy's grandmother is sick. I have to visit her over the weekend.
Oh, I'm sorry. I hope she gets better right away. But tomorrow night, the party, you'll miss it.
That's what I mean. Too late to ask another girl now. Well, it'll be tough on Amy, too.
I wish I could help. But tomorrow night... Tomorrow night? I've got to do something about a dress.
You girls have one-track mind. I haven't a thing to wear. I thought Mom was going to fix up the blue dress. The one you used to say was a dream.
Used to say it's right. Now it's a nightmare.
Oh, well, it's a dress. You'll manage. Say, your things are all over the place. Why don't you pick up?
Oh, I forgot to straighten my room this morning. That was thoughtless of me.
Take your jacket along. Save a trip.
Yeah, and the books, too. Let's see. Jacket, book, scarf, upstairs. First straighten the sofa pillow.
That's the way. Better than wasting time flying from one thing to the next. I'll get your book.
Eddie, you know Mom will most likely be late. Let's get supper ready. What do you say?
Thought you had to straighten your room.
Oh, don't worry, I will.
Here's your jacket, too.
Listen, if you peel the potatoes and set the table, I'll do the rest.
Good deal.
I'll take your books, too.
Thanks.
Well, it's nice to see you working. Well, you better put an apron on, though.
All right. Say, what are we going to have to eat?
Let's see. Mashed potatoes, ground beef patty, salad.
Put lots of onion in my ground beef, will ya?
Uh-huh. You like lots of onions. But Dad doesn't like any.
No? How do you know that?
Oh, I don't know. I just seem to notice little things people like and dislike. It's kind of handy when you want to do something for someone you like.
I can see that. Yeah. But I don't think I could learn to do it, though.
Why, Eddie, you do. I'll bet when you meet a new girl, you notice everything she likes, so you can be nice to her. Well, you can do the same thing with your family. Marlene Davis.
Huh?
The new girl at school. She's in your English class, isn't she?
Oh, yeah. She is. What about her?
Well, they just moved into town the other day. She won't have a date for tomorrow night either. You two should get together.
Yeah. That's a swell idea. Aw, I can't ask a girl this late.
Why not? It's no reflection on her that she hasn't a date. It'd be the thoughtful thing to do. I bet she'd be glad for the chance to get acquainted.
Well, I guess it would be thoughtful to introduce her to the others. But, well, it just won't be easy to ask her. Well, I'll go out and set the table now. Information? I'd like the number of the Davis family, please. They just moved in. No, never mind.
Hi, Eddie.
Hi, Mom.
Here it is.
Hi, Eddie. Hi, Dad. Boy, I'm sure glad you got it. She's out in the kitchen now. You can take it upstairs.
Oh, Eddie! You got the best of this deal. Is the table all set?
Almost. Give a fella a chance, will ya? Boy, Dad, I'm sure glad Mom got it. Just wait till Jane sees it.
What's the matter, Eddie? You look worried.
Amy can't go to the party tomorrow night. There's another girl I could ask, but...
You think it'd be a bit late for asking anyone, eh?
Oh, that isn't it, Dad. I mean... Well, Marlene's just new in town, and I think she'd understand the late part of it all right, if I explained.
Well, then, how would you feel if you were in her place?
I guess I'd be glad to go.
That's a pretty good test, son. Put yourself in the other person's place.
Maybe you're right, Dad. Besides, she's kind of nice. I'd like to get acquainted.
Well, now you tell her that. She won't feel like second choice at all. Marlene? Well, Marlene's folks will want to meet you. Why don't you run down there after supper and meet her folks and explain the whole thing?
Good idea, Dad. I'll do it.
Eddie! Look and see if the folks are coming yet.
They're here now, Seth.
Here? Oh! Come help me then. Mash the potatoes. Do something.
Oh. Well, you're the last of them.
Well, I guess Mother and I can do the dishes.
Yes, it's certainly our turn after that nice dinner you fixed. Goodness, what a wonderful surprise that was.
The most fun was watching your faces when you saw dinner on the table.
Oh, yes, that made everything worthwhile. In fact, that's what makes thoughtfulness worthwhile. Well, I'll go out and start on my homework now.
Where'd you put it, Mom?
On her bed. She'll find it in a minute.
It's the one she wanted, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Mom! Dad! Eddie!
She's found it. Come on.
Oh, Mom, Dad, it's beautiful. Oh, Eddie, look. Oh, so that's why you went downtown this afternoon. Mm-hmm. Insurance premium proof.
Look at my little sister. Is Jimmy a lucky fella?
Mm-hmm.
But how did you know? I mean, it's the very one I wanted.
Eddie seemed to know what you wanted. He insisted we get that particular one.
Eddie, you knew all the time.
Well, I saw you ogling it in the store window. I couldn't help see you were crazy over it.
And you said you didn't know how to be thoughtful.
Here, wipe your face. You think you're still chopping onions.
Eddie, what if Jimmy and I double dated with you and Marlene?
Yeah. Be swell that way.
Well, why don't you go over there and ask her now?
Yes, right now.
Okay, see you later, folks.
But now I'm really going upstairs to do my homework.
And we've got dishes to do.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think we've got a pretty nice family.
A fine, thoughtful family.
What is it with the elderly parents? Did they have children in their late 50s and 60s back in the 50s?
I don't know.
Get back in the kitchen. I brought it up, so the kids went in there and made supper, right? And then mom gets to clean up the wrecked up kitchen. That's kind of the way, isn't it? All right. Well, I hope that we've learned that being thoughtful can be fun. I guess. Maybe. And, you can always get the second choice and make them think that they,
Yeah.
You weren't going to get to go to the dance anyway, but here I am to save the day because my girlfriend dumped me. Being thoughtful. Well, that's kind of it for tonight. If we don't have anything else to talk about, what about you, chat? I hope y'all enjoyed it. The 6 of you stayed with me to the very end. At one point, I think we had about 15 folks in the room, but I don't know. I guess I drove them away with all my wonderful content. Stayed on for 2 hours and 11 minutes. I need the viewing hours. If you didn't watch the whole show, I hope you come back and return and watch the rest of it tomorrow.
Yeah.
I know Boba Hicks will be watching it in the morning. Don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow. I think tomorrow it's just going to be a leisurely hangout. We can do a toy chat and look through the things that are here right now. Duplico still sitting over there, smothering in his package because I won't remove him. I was in touch with Lee over at Lee Customs. He's got some Arac heads ready, and he was asking me what body that I was planning on using because the ones that he wanted to cast were going to be used for Jitsu bodies, which is a little darker color than Hollywood Hogan's kind of a orangey color, which is what I plan on using for my Arac. So he's going to cast me a lighter color head. So stay tuned. Arac's coming. Thank you, sir. I like salt. Listen, once again, I ask you, did you get my return email from that email that you sent me the other day? If you didn't, I need to know so I can let you know the information that you were wanting to know. Johnny Sorensen says, all I talk about wrestling drove me right off of a cliff. I like late night Saturdays. Good job, Bill. Thank you, OBS. I appreciate that. Speaking of missing people, there's another person missing around here. I don't know what became of him. He just disappeared. He told us he was going to go, and he didn't say where he was going, and I figured he might show up over on Rumble. If he has, let me know. They know who I'm talking about. I'm just curious. I do keep up with him, and I don't dislike the man. I just dislike what he did. Checking now, Bill. Okay. If you got it, just send me a return email. Says got it. That'll work there. Sir, I like salt. And for everybody else, we had a wonderful evening. I'm glad you all came. And catch me tomorrow. We're going to just kind of have a leisurely hangout, maybe an hour show. I don't want to stay on for very long. I want to try to enjoy my Sunday for a change. One other thing, if you're wanting to watch the latest Shazam movie, I think HBO Max is going to have it probably 3 days from now on HBO Max to watch. I haven't I haven't gotten rid of that yet, but I've been threatening to for a while. So catch Shazam and see if it's any good. I'm going to try to catch it. Probably isn't, and we'll see how that goes. And we'll talk later. Enjoy it, everybody. Have a good evening, good journey, and we'll see y'all all next time.
Good journey.
The announcers on this program are selected and paid by parties other than this station, namely the promoters of Championship Wrestling.
Special thanks to the channel supporters. Without your help, these adventures would not be possible. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed today's adventure, please hit like, subscribe, and share the video.